You're welcome back to the second episode. As I promised, this is Jolimate.com, a new maiden journal for the publication of articles from different fields. As I told you, from library information science, management, library information science, then the field of management, technology, and education. Right now, in order for an author to submit a manuscript, there is need for the author to create an account. The reason being that in addition to the requirement that you need to provide manuscript information, you are also expected to provide login information, which is very, very necessary. And in order to do that, you need to create an account first. And that means that you can click on the sign up at the top right corner here, or at the bottom as you navigate to the bottom to see the kind of data that are required. You can also click on the sign up here. So let me click on the sign up here. So now the first thing I need to do now is to create an account. Let me zoom out so that you see very well. First of all, you need to select the salutation, and then the second thing you need to do is to select the country. And now I need to provide my name and surname. I'm filling the field, the columns. Now here I need to provide my password. Repeat the same password and click on sign in. So I've successfully created an account. Now the system automatically tells me to sign in. So let me just go ahead and sign in, and I put my password. Now I have signed in, and that is very, very important. So now that I have signed in, I do not have any manuscript here. So the next thing I need to do is to click on submit manuscript, and then by the time I do that, I can now type the title for my manuscript. Let's assume that I can type anything. Like I said, I can see perception, and behavioral characteristic of information specialists in academic environment in Nigeria. Be good. Okay, so let me just stop here. This is for demonstration. Then here too, I'm expected to type my abstract, and then I'll select library science, and I look for the field that match. Let me just select anyone, maybe knowledge management, and then I'm expected to click here to select the manuscript. Okay, so let me so that is the file, and I'm going to type my name as the correspondent. And as I told you before, if you do not have an OSIT ID, click here, or if you have and you have forgotten, click here to verify. So by the time you click here, to take you to the page Here you can, for example, now I can type Wada Ibrahim and I click search. It will search for my OSID, and here is my, this is my OSID, and then it automatically provided to me. You can see my Wada Ibrahim University of Maiduguri. So in my own case now, I have it here. So now that I have filled all the necessary information required of me, all I need to do is to click on submit. So thank you for submitting our manuscript. Now the manuscript has been submitted. Here is the manuscript submission. Now automatically an ID is being created for me, and there is a pop-up menu here that is asking me to upload ARF. However, I want to show you how the interaction between the author and the chief editor is in the process of processing this manuscript. Now I'm going to use another browser. Here is a browser, and the chief editor, which is the manuscript manager, will have to look through the rules and select the one that matches him or her, then put his username and password, and then log in. I think I'm calling. Okay, so he logs in. Immediately he logs into the page, his own back end page. You can see the manuscript that have been sent. Now by this color, you can see the author here. Let me use zoom out. Yusuf James, and you can view the abstract. And now under action is awaiting. No article review fee yet, and it tells you that it's new and it has not been assigned to reviewer. Now let's go back to the author. Here is the author. What you need to do now is to respond to this. Do you understand? Now he clicks on this and is asked to provide the amount or required for the reviewing of the article. Let's assume it's maybe 7,000 naira, and you also need to select and upload evidence of payment, which is very, very important. So you click here, and so I look for JPG. Let me look for a file. Okay, I'm going to upload anything that looks like a picture. Let's assume this is the receipt. I'm just going to upload anything that will show as another evidence of payment, and then I click to upload. Now you can see that it has been uploaded. The ARF receipt is successfully uploaded. Please click OK. All right. So now that I have clicked OK, it's telling me that ARF is paid, and then awaiting review. So now let's see how the manuscript manager or the editor will see it. I'm going to refresh this page to see how it looks like. Now you can see that the other action changes have taken place. Let me zoom it out so that you can see. Now there are few things that the chief editor has to do. First of all, he needs to click on this to download. See, it's downloading by the ID. Let me download to the desktop, and then in order to view the file, I just uploaded any file. This is it. He needs to view the file and read the content in order to know how the. So this is it. I just uploaded any kind of that information I have. Okay, fine. So now I've closed it. If immediately it goes through it, Now he cannot make decision as to the reviewer that he needs to assign to. However, let me create an account for a reviewer now, because now immediately he goes through it or he reads through the abstract, then he can now assign, or he needs to also look at the payment to see how much the person pay. Okay, so the amount entered is supposed to appear here. That is one of the mistakes that I have also found out. So on this page, the amount paid by the author needs to appear here, and in order to compare what's on the receipt evidence of payment as well as what it is being entered by the author. So now I'm going to make this correction to make sure that the exact amount paid, even though it's going to appear on the receipt, it should also appear here. Okay, now this is where the editor will click, and then the title of the work will be shown, and then assign manuscripts to a reviewer, or the reviewer or editorial members who are responsible to review the article. Their name will be listed here. Now I'm going to create new one. Now I will not make use of these ones. I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to make use of so, or rather, let me make use of this Mohammed is a reviewer, because I have his detail. So now he's going to click here and then navigate to the desktop where the file is being kept. Look at the file, and then he selects it and then assign to reviewer. Now you can see the response. Now allocating manuscripts to reviewer was successful. Click OK. Now it shows here under the reviewer that the work has been assigned to. So now what is required now, in order for me to complete this section of the episode, is I am going to log in as a reviewer. So I'm going to log in as a reviewer. Now the reviewer, wherever he is, he clicks here, and then he look at manuscript reviewer, and I remember the username and password. If I do not remember, I will definitely go and create a new one. This is Mohammed. I can't really remember again, so I will simply suspend this section of the demonstration now, and I will now go and I will now go and create a new account and then reassign this work, because it can be reassigned to another person by either it can be revoked, as you can see here, remove manuscript from the reviewer, and then it can be changed, replace the manuscript reviewer. We can select a new person here by the time I create a new account. So now, but I will not touch here now. Let me go in as an author, and then try to create a new account, create account for this person. So let me log in as administrator, and as administrator, all right. So I've logged in now as administrator, and I'm going to create a new account for a new reviewer that we just selected. So I'm going to write review at let me see, rev 1. Okay, fine, this is the name, at Jolimate.com, and I select manuscript reviewer. So now I'm going to create a role. So the role is being created, and the passcode that the manuscript reviewer will use to create account has been created. So I'll copy this one and then give to the reviewer to create accounts. Now let me log out from here. In order for the reviewer to log in, it needs to come to the back end and click on sign up here. Now upon coming here, the reviewer needs to verify by clicking on manuscript reviewer and then enter the ID that has been created by the super administrator, the website administrator, and then he needs to click on the verify, and then the account will be verified. Account has been verified, and then it's a click here to proceed. Now the manuscript reviewer is presented with a form to fill. So let's assume we'll now say manuscript reviewer 1. Okay, now the username is goes to ref1, and the password will be created, and then it will sign up. So the signing up is successful. All right, and then now the reviewer can now sign in. Let's see how it looks like. I've not assigned anything. The chief editor is believed not to have assigned anything to him. So this is ref1, and he enters his password, and then the code has been given to him. He needs to enter it, and then it says, sorry, you currently do not have any manuscript to review. Try again later, thank you. So let me assign the manuscript to him. Okay, fine. So in this environment, so here is it. It was assigned to Mohammed before. I'm going to reassign back to another person. Assign. Let me wait for the website to come up. Respond. What are you waiting for? Okay, fine. The website was the internet was delaying. Select manuscript reviewer 1. Look at him here, and then select the work, and then click on change reviewer. The reallocating the manuscript was successful, and then you see it has been reassigned back to the different person. So what the reviewer needs to do is to come here and log in. After logging in, then he enters the code that is being given, and then try to enter. Now it comes to the page. You can see that awaiting response. He either accept or reject to review. So before you can accept or reject to review, he needs to click on the file and then download it, and then look at it and see whether or not he can review it or not. If he cannot review it, what he simply needs to do is to reject it, and then the chief editor can allocate it to another person. And if he looks at it and he believes that he can do anything about it, then it will be provided. Now another thing again that I have noted here, let me write it down, is that the abstract needs to be available here for him to look at in brief, just as the chief editor can look at the abstract. So immediately I finish this section of the episode. Now what I need to do now is to add these two sections, the amount of money that the author paid to appear at the top of the evidence of payment, and then the abstract to appear here for the manuscript reviewer to look at it even before he can click on the file itself to download. Now however, before then, let me just click on as at now the interaction between the manuscript manager and the chief editor is not even known yet to the author. So author has not seen any other thing yet. So but now let's see that the article reviewer, manuscript reviewer, click on accept, and then it shows that manuscript has been accepted. Fine. Let's see how it appears here. Let me refresh on the page of the author. It shows that yes, reviewing started. Since the manuscript reviewer has accepted to review it, it means the review has started. You can see what this means. So the information is provided here. So now, but let's go to the page of the chief editor. Let me refresh it and see how is it. It's shown here that has been accepted. The article has been accepted for review. So thank you very much for listening. By the time I add these two options, appear making sure that the amount paid as entered by the author should appear here, and then the manuscript reviewer should be able to have an abstract under here or anywhere around here to view, to see the work in summary even before he clicks on the work and download it, and then to go through it. It's very it's important. However, one can even argue that while creating the abstract, why should the manuscript reviewer not click on the work itself, download it and go through everything? Anyway, it's an option, but providing the abstract will make it more easier for him rather than killing the data and downloading and then start looking for a way where to download it and keep it, and then before making choices as to whether to reject or accept. Even though it is accepted, he can also still click on the reject and reject it, maybe for whatever reason, which we don't expect that to happen. But whatever, if it happens, there's no way you can rule it out. So for now, in order for this video not to be too long, let me thank you for listening and God bless you. By the time I come back, I would have made the two corrections, the observations that I just made now, and then we'll continue to see how the manuscript manager uploads the reviewed work and how the chief editor interacts with the work and see what he can do to the work for the author or for the writer to see the responses from the chief editor. Thank you very much. God bless you, and until I come around again.